Coming up on UCF Nightly News. A new way to explore planets without running out of fuel. Find out what role wine plays in the exploration of planets.
And a new cell tower to be added to UCF's main campus. We'll explain how it will benefit students, first responders, and more.
Plus, human organs grown on a chip. We'll tell you about an alternative to animal testing.
In sports, another doubleheader for UCF basketball will get you ready for this weekend's big games.
Nightly News starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to Nightly News. I'm Shania Richburg.
And I'm Zachary Winicky. Today is Friday, January 18th, 2019.
One UCF planetary scientist found a way to potentially explore planets without having to send the space equipment back to Earth. Nightly News reporter Brianna Sorensen has more on how the new invention can possibly change space exploration forever.
UCF planetary research scientist Dr. Phil Metzger has come up with a new way to explore planets.
In theory, if nothing breaks, this is a spacecraft that could go forever.
Metzger partnered up with Honeybee Robotics to look for a way to explore planets without running out of fuel. They came up with the world is not enough, also called wine.
And we were looking for the simplest possible way to use water's rocket fuel, and that is simply use it as steam.
Metzger believes that many companies can potentially use this steam-powered planet hopper, such as asteroid mining companies and NASA.
I think NASA would want to use this spacecraft on Europa, one of the moons of Jupiter.
UCF partnered up with founder of the Exolith Lab, Kevin Cannon, to play a vital role in the wine project. Cannon helped make some of the artificial asteroid material right here in the Exolith Lab a few miles away from UCF.
What we did was we provided the material, the substrate that simulates an asteroid or a comet material.
Cannon says that the next steps are to raise money to build a full prototype to market to companies. As one of Metzger's partners, Cannon has no doubt in his capabilities.
I think Phil is really great at kind of turning science fiction into reality.
Reporting in Winter Park, Brianna Sorensen, UCF Nightly News.
Metzger hopes to raise enough funds for the new prototype by next year.
UCF announced a plan to add a new cell tower to its main campus. Nightly News reporter Shania Richburg explains how this tower will benefit service for the UCF community.
During football games, junior Ashley McGregor says she experiences poor cell phone reception. McGregor says the reception is often so bad that she can't use her phone to find her friends during the games.
I think having that cell tower out there, it'd be nice to even send text, because text won't send through. Calling, it doesn't, calls don't go through either.
But a new cell tower will overlap the current community garden near Garage C. The tower will help increase cellular reception and capacity in that area. Assistant Director for Strategic Communications Mark Schlube says they considered several factors when choosing the tower location.
So we look for vacant land, and we also look for the area, in this case, that would benefit from a stronger cell coverage. And those two factors lined up to put it where it's going to be now.
The new tower will also benefit emergency responders, as their public safety antennas will move from this tower to the new tower to improve and extend reception. UCF IT Telecommunications will design, own, and maintain the 190-foot tower. Cellular carriers like Sprint, AT&T, and Verizon will pay rent to put their antennas on the tower. In Orange County, Shania Richburg, UCF Nightly News.
The tower is expected to cost $1.2 million. UCF IT is currently in the bidding process.
UCF is making big strides in the field of human-on-a-chip technology. Nightly News reporter Abisola Adeamo has more on how the chips can potentially replace animal testing.
After meeting a UCF professor with a brain implant to help with Parkinson's disease, data analyst Max Jackson became inspired by biotechnology. He now works with human-on-a-chip technology at UCF's nanoscience department.
We're able to grow organs on chips and use these as models, use these to test drugs to see what they do. But B, we're also able to plug organs into each other. And so we're actually able to mimic the entire ecosystem of the inside of a human body.
The human-on-a-chip technology works to replace animal testing in industries such as cosmetics. Nanoscience professor James Hickman says that the biggest benefit is testing one organ system at a time.
What we can do with our system is we can take out the liver. We can take out one of the other organs, which if you did it with an animal, that would be problematic, right?
This chip right here contains human cells that can be used to mimic different organ systems like the brain, liver, and muscles. Jackson says human-on-a-chip will help make medicine more personalized. Doctors could use your own cells to test how different medications would react in your body. Jackson says there are countless opportunities in this field. He says that knowing you can make an impact is the most rewarding part. In Orange County, Abisala Adeyemo, UCF Nightly News.
The researchers work around the clock to improve the technology.
There's now new information about the investigation involving the misuse of $38 million at UCF. An Atlanta-based law firm released a report late last night outlining that a number of other university officials, aside from President Dale Whitaker, knew money would be improperly sourced to fund the building of the new Trevor Colburn Hall. The Board of Trustees will meet this afternoon at 3 to discuss this new report. We'll bring you more information about the report and the board as we get it.
In more serious news, the Pentagon identified 3 of the 4 U.S. service members killed in Syria by an ISIS suicide bomber earlier this week. The 3 Americans include Army Chief Warrant Officer 2 Jonathan R. Farmer, Navy Chief Cryptologic Technician Shannon M. Kent, and DoD civilian Scott A. Wirtz. This attack came just less than a month after President Trump declared a victory over Islamic State militants in Syria.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis made a stop in Moorna Park yesterday to talk about his plans, mainly for medical marijuana. Attorney John Morgan stood by his side in support of the cause, in addition to Lieutenant Governor Jeanette Nunez. The governor says the law has not gone into effect properly and he plans to fix it. He paid particular attention to those with ALS, terminal cancer, and multiple sclerosis for those who could mainly benefit from medical marijuana. DeSantis also noted that he is not an advocate of recreational marijuana use.
This is something that I was asked repeatedly in the campaign because I think a lot of Floridians felt, hey, we voted for this, but it's not really been implemented the way we envisioned it. And I said, I didn't get into specifics because I knew there was a lot of moving parts. So I said, we are going to implement what the people wanted.
Well, the deadline for Florida legislator on medical marijuana dispensaries is in March.
So, Zach, I hear it's some perfect sweater weather outside right now.
Yeah, it was pretty nice on the way in the studio this morning. Aaron, what are the temps looking like outside?
Thanks, Shania and Zach. The temperature outside is looking pretty nice. Let me tell you about your current conditions. So right now the temperature is at 63 degrees. It's pretty cool, nice and calm outside. You'll feel a little bit comfortable. The humidity is at 33, so you won't feel any like sticky or anything like that. The winds are coming from the northwest at 3 miles per hour, and there's 0 chance of rain. So the weather outside is pretty nice for you to go out and relax, maybe do a picnic even. I'll see you in a few minutes. Back to you, Shania and Zach.
Find out how one particular video game inspired the design of a new line of prosthetics.
Plus, the UCF prosthetics company that interns are flocking to.